Well, it's the second of the month again. It is July 2nd. Well, actually, yesterday was July 2nd by the time I get off my butt and edit this and you actually see me here talking. Now, as a member of Every Second Matters, on the 2nd of every month, I like to do something to promote gun awareness. Now, what I do on the 2nd of every month is I open carry. I don't be a jerk about it. I just put on my gun. I don't use a cover garment, and I go about my day. Now, usually I end up making this video just to say nobody paid any attention to me, I didn't get any notice whatsoever, and my feelings are a little bit hurt. I guess people either just don't notice or they don't care when they do see me carrying a gun. But today was different. I got noticed several times. In fact, I got spoken to about my gun no fewer than 7 different times today. That's more than every other time I've open carried combined. And it's because of one thing, really. It's because of the gun I'm carrying. I'm carrying my Chiappa Rhino. So most of those interactions were, what the hell is that thing? Now, there was one occasion today where another guy in a sporting goods store noticed my Chiappa Rhino and said, hey, I have a Chiappa Rhino too. You're the only other guy I've seen that has one of those. And we proceeded to show each other our rhinos in the aisle there at the sporting goods store. That sounds a little seedy, so I'm not going to go too much into that one. Now, there was one perfect instance today, and it's the kind of thing you just can't write. I was at the local Taco Bell, and a local police officer noticed I was carrying. And he came up to me and said, hey, is that one of those new chalupas? Now, he did immediately correct himself and say Chiappa, which is a lot closer. So I know the only reason he said chalupa is because of where he was at and what he had on his mind at the time. But it did kind of scare me for a second, because I'm like, well, if there's a chalupa in my holster, what did I just eat? Now, one thing we all say when we open carry is that most people just don't seem to notice. Now, we know some people notice. We know gun people notice because we know what to look for. So we always say the people that know what to look for, they're on your side, so don't worry about them. But some of the people that notice today are people I would not consider gun people at all. One was a cashier at my local Fred Meyer's who has seen me carry before, but said, you know, this isn't the gun I usually see you carry. This looks a little interesting. Now, they weren't a gun person, but they did have some questions about guns. They seemed like they had a little interest, so we had a little conversation about the gun. All in all, yesterday, of the people that noticed me, most of them were gun people. I'd say 4 of the 7 were gun people that actually noticed me carrying. But 3 of them weren't gun people. People that I would not consider gun people at all. So sometimes, I guess, people that aren't gun people do notice when we open carry. They just don't usually say anything. Which leads me to believe most people don't care. Even if they aren't gun people, they just don't care. Those people that carry around rifles and ARs and shotguns and then say, well, people just freak out when they see a gun. Maybe it isn't the gun they're afraid of. Maybe it isn't the gun that freaks them out. Maybe it's the guy carrying it and how they're acting. You ain't even my real dad.